4,000 joint forces have been deployed to safeguard Independence Day celebrations. Government and partners deepen cooperation to fight cholera. And Central Equatoria authorities inaugurate immunization state-of-the-art vaccine store. Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday night SSBC television news coming to you live from Juba. I am Duku Wilson and thank you for joining us. Tonight we bring you the stories shaping South Sudan and beyond. But first, a moment to honor the spirit of freedom. As our beloved nation marks another year of independence this week, we at SSBC extend warm wishes to every South Sudanese citizen near and far. This is a time to cooperate, to celebrate our journey, respect on our progress and freedom. Welcome to this news. We begin our news tonight in a strong show of cooperation between the judiciary and law enforcement. The Chief Justice, Dr. Justice Benjamin Bakdeng, on Tuesday officially handed over 126 AK-47 rifles confiscated from criminals to the Inspector General of Police, General Abraham Manyot Peter. The firearms will be used to equip the 4,000 joint security forces deployed to safeguard South Sudan's 14th Independence Day celebrations. SSBC's Mathiang Joseph reports.
Dressed in uniform and observing central orders to safeguard the 14th Independence Day celebrations, 4,000 joint security forces have been deployed in and around Juba. These forces are being directed to execute their duties with professionalism and integrity. To equip the deployed personnel, the Chief Justice, Justice Dr. Benjamin Bakdeng, on Tuesday officially handed over 126 AK-47 rifles to the police. The firearms were reportedly confiscated from criminals who had been tried and convicted by Supreme Court. Inspector General of Police, General Abraham Manyot Peter, commended the judiciary for its continued support to the Ministry of Interior, particularly the National Police Service, which he described as a vital pillar in upholding the rule of law in the country.
This shows that there is a cooperation between the judges and the police. This is a good foundation so that we can do better. Now the Chief Justice is giving us the guns. Even if they are old, there is no gun which is old. They can be clean using the fuel. We'll wash them, they will be okay.
Justice Dr. Benjamin Bakdeng stated that the seized weapons were collected as part of the judiciary's ongoing efforts to reduce armed criminal activity and support national security initiatives.
As in the court, our work is actually that we finish with exhibits. Any weapon which is used in committing the crime, our role is to see that it has actually proved the offense beyond reasonable doubt. So once we finish with the exhibits, then it goes to the relevant institution that are actually responsible of guns. So there is a need for us to have cooperation between.
In preparation for the event, the Inspector General of Police announces the deployment of 4,000 joint security forces responsible with ensuring public safety and curbing criminal activities during the national festivities. The joint security operation includes members of the South Sudan People's Defense Forces, the National Police Service, and the National Security Service. Addressing the deployed forces, General Manuat cautioned against the unlawful usage of firearms, stressing that such actions are against the mandate of the security forces, urging the forces to maintain mutual respect and uphold the rights and dignity of all civilians. General Manuat also called on the people of South Sudan to celebrate Independence Day with joy and peace, unity, stressing the importance of marking the occasion in a spirit of unity and lawfulness. The twin developments highlight a growing institutional collaboration aimed at strengthening national security and reinforcing the rule of law of the country. Reporting for SSBC News, Mathiang Joseph, Juba.
And in western Bahr el Ghazal state, Governor Emmanuel Primo Okello, together with the organizing committee, inspected progress on the final preparation to celebrate the 14th independence anniversary, besides the ongoing cleaning campaign along the main roads and WOW Football Stadium. In a statement to SSBC, Cabinet Affairs Minister and Chairperson of the Organizing Committee, Kanjlo Anyar, calls on the public to turn up in big numbers for the celebration on Wednesday. The Deputy Chairperson of State Women Union, Halima Agostino, reaffirms their support toward success of the national occasion. The Chairperson of Peace Society, Ayen Martin, urges women to effectively participate in the occasion, which she says signifies the sacrifice of the liberators.
كل جمهور إن أنتم مدعوين بكرة الصباح عشان توري أنت معتفل ده عيد بتاعك ده ما عيد بتاعك أقوم ده عيد بتاعك لأن أنت بقيت حرة. لسه هيكون في مسرح بكن فيه فنانين الماليين وبندعو كل الناس بتاع مدينة واو يجي يتفرحوا بيوم لأن القرار بأنه يكون في تغيير مسير كان تم بالليل يوم 8 عشان كده يوم 8 بنحتفل به بمساء بعد احتفال الصباح هيكون في مباراة في مصطبة بين الفريقين الفائزين من أمس. هناك زيارات مخططة للسيد الحاكم للمستشفى وللسجون، ونختتم البرنامج بمنافسات بين كرة القدم في ميدان رابطة، ويوم 12 في شهر هيكون جري.
يعني ده التجهيز بتاعنا نظافة ليوم 9 من يوم 7 ده ويوم 8 لعد يوم 9 أنا قاعدين نجهز نفسنا ومنا حاجة نعمله ومنا حاجات في ايدينا ولا شنو ما في لكن شغلنا يعني تقدر نشوف مكسش الماسكين ده يعني ده شغل قاعدين نساعد الحكومة به وانا جام للحكومة اي شغل الحكومة بقول له انا بجي في موقع قاعدين نعمل فوقه.
انا بشكر الحكومة بتاعنا كمان بتاع ولاية غرب بحر الغزال لانه قاعد يدي النظر الخاص للنسوان في مدينة واو. عشان كده اننا كمان مشجعين بوراه بنقول للنسوان اخواتنا النسوان القاعدين في الحياة يطلعوا برا في يوم العيد الجاي يوم 9 لانه ده حق بتاعنا وده استقلال بتاعنا بقينا خلاص ناس الحرين.
هي اللي عندنا فكرنا انه نطلع بنظافه للولايه بتاعتنا لانه احنا امهات دائما لما يكون في عيد يعني احنا اول شيء زول بينظف بيته بيرتب بيته، فقلنا نرتب بيتنا الكبير نبدا بامانه الحكومه، بعد ذاك نطلع لشوارع بتاع المدينه بتاعتنا لحد ما نصل محل الاحتفال وهو استاد بتاع واو الكبير.
انا بناشد كل الشعب بتاع جنوب السودان يخلوا الكراهية يخلوا العنصرية، الناس كله يعيشوا في المحبة والسلام عشان ما شنو نعمل تنمية في بلدنا الحبيب.
وأي رئيس بتاع جمعية في ولاية غرب بحر الغزال أنا برشده أي أعضاء في جمعيات كله ككل رؤساء ككل يمروا لشعري ينظف أننا متفلين بشنو بيد بتاعنا بتاع يد استقلال.
Unity State high-level delegation led by Governor Riek Bimtop on Tuesday inspected the Bentiu Independence Stadium in preparation for the Independence Day celebrations. Governor Top and his delegation assessed the readiness of the venue, which is expected to host the official state celebrations. Earlier last week, the Unity State governor announced its plans to commemorate this year's Independence Day with a series of official events. As the country marks its 14th independence anniversary on Wednesday, SSBC toured the streets of Juba to take public views on the event, with Abdul Hassan underscoring the importance of the 14th independence anniversary, describing the occasion as a unifying factor for the South Sudanese people. Perina Ali appeals for peaceful celebration of the 14th independence anniversary, and Kwal Chan Chan, a Raksha rider, calls for togetherness in nation building. Sali Kamis and Dafala Patrick acknowledged the sacrifices and dedication made by South Sudanese during the liberation struggle, encouraging communities to work jointly for the development of the country.
ده يوم تاريخي، ده يوم عظيم لا يزول جنوبي، لأنه ده يوم اللي بيمثلنا، وده يوم اللي علينا بقينا فوقه لقينا الدولة، وده استقلال بتاع الجنوب بتاعتنا، وده بالنسبة لي أنا اليوم ده من أعظم أيام في حياتي. ده يوم بأنه أي زول بيحتفل به، أننا كلنا بنلمنا كجنوبين.
وأنا مقصود وأنا بتمنى بأنه العيد ده تجي بطريقة الرسمي وطريقة نظيف من دون كل مشاكل، وأي شاب وأي شابة وأي أم وأي أب يكون فرحان، لأنه ده عيد بتاعنا الليلة نحن جايين نحتفلوا فيه اللي هو يوم 9/7/2025. ده عيد نمرة 14. أي زول يكون في راسه بأنه نحن كجنوب السودان نقيفه قوي بكل طريق.
بنحتفل في السنة ده بعيد الاستقلال بتاع جنوب السودان. فعلا لقانا صعوبات كثير في دولتنا، لكن بنتحمل عشان هو وطننا، وبتمنى من ربنا انه يكون في تغيير في السنه الجايه. كمان بنتمنى كمان انه الاوضاع الاقتصاديه المعيشيه اللي نحن الظروف اللي عايشين فوقه انه تتغير. والرساله انا بودي لنا نحن كلنا، نحن الجنوبيين، الوطن ده في مسؤوليه بتاعنا كلنا، فلازم لو لقينا حاجه كعب ولا حاجه كويس أنا نتحمل، لأنه نحن الجنوبيين أجدادنا وأبهاتنا ماتوا من أجل الوطن ده.
9/7 بصراحة كده ما في جو، ده دولة بتاعنا، طلعناه بجدارة، عشان كده ما عندنا قريب 13 سنة أننا استمتعنا في دولة بتاعنا. أنا بتمنى في كل سنة أننا بكون بسلامة ودولتنا بكون بسلامة وأننا بنتنمى بسلامة.
And we are happy that we actually succeeded in the liberation, and now it's time for us to build this nation. You know, together we have to work hard. I know the economy is not all that good, but with time we got to fix all these things. We pray for this country. We want peace and harmony, togetherness, in order to make everything wonderful in this country. We love this country with all our hearts and blood. We shall stand for this country no matter the matter. Love South Sudan. It's our motherland.
Let's go for a short break. Please stay with us. We are back in a moment. Welcome back from that short break. Moving on, South Sudan National Youth Union has made a significant donation of medicines and essential supplies to Al-Sabah Children's Hospital. The team was led by the union's chairperson, Taban Perida Lucas Moy, who emphasized the importance of supporting children for their well-being. Echoing the same sentiment, the representative of Ozone Specialized Dental Clinic, Paul Lubari Fraza, urged the public to support those in need. Additionally, Dr. Raphael Guang from Good Life Pharmacy says the donation aligns with their mission to saving lives.
A small help, I know it will help life. So my appeal to the general public is, this is not something that we have to take as a joke. We are saving lives. These are our own brothers and sisters. These are our own children. The little that you have, please. The hospital is open. Bring your helping hand. Even if you bring 3 cannulas, even if you bring a plaster, anything that you think can save life will be of a great importance to the development of the health sectors of this country. And this is not going to be the last program we are doing. Remember, last year we did a lot of programs. This year we are doing this, and it is a continuous program that we see if we can do something better for our people. That is our pride. Thank you.
Here today to present to our children's hospital at Sabah a small gift that Ozone has prepared so that it can serve the life of the children in this hospital. And life is very important because without life, our health will be in danger. And when our health are in danger, we will not do what we are supposed to be doing. And I encourage all other partners who are still outside there to stress or reach out their hands so that we can support this hospital for the goods and the welfare of our nation, the Republic of South Sudan.
We are very proud to support this children's hospital. Our donation, or this humble donation, is a reflect to our commitment to the health and well-being of every child, and also we are seeing, or we are considering it as part of our responsibility.
Abyei authorities have raised security concerns as armed conflicts continue to rage in Sudan, forcing thousands of returnees and refugees to seek shelter in the area. This follows a meeting between the Presidential Advisor on National Security Affairs, Madud Dutiel, and the Abyei Chief Administrator, Charles Abyei, focusing on addressing security challenges to ensure peace and stability across the Abyei area. Yell assured the Abyei administrator of the government's commitment to national unity and stability. Following the meeting in Juba on Tuesday, Abyei chief briefed the media on its outcomes.
To share with him some security challenges that I'm facing in the area. We have touched.
The government, through humanitarian line ministries and UN humanitarian partners, signed a joint communique to fight against cholera in the country. This comes in a meeting organized by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, which brought together the Ministries of Health, Water, Environment, Wildlife and Animal Resources, as well as the United Nations humanitarian partners in Juba on Monday. Speaking to the media, the Director General for Preventive Health, Dr. Kidende Chong, highlights the details of the joint communique on the fight against cholera diseases.
It's important to take note that today's meeting has outlined very clear priority areas for all the stakeholders, especially the government and our partners, the UN partners, to work on. And with the clear commitment from the Minister of Finance, we would really wish to thank the government. In this meeting, there is a communique that was actually read out and agreed and signed by all the relevant ministries and the UN partners that are present, which includes among the top priorities to continue enhancing the surveillance, pre-positioning of the supplies that are required, especially in the hotspot areas, to also support the partners and the Minister of Health in responding and rapidly deploying the medical supplies together with the rapid response teams wherever they are needed.
It's quite refreshing that we had all the different government sectors sitting together to tackle one problem. I think, as we are aware, cholera is not just a health problem. Cholera is a problem of many different sectors, and seeing them coming together at the highest decision-making level to sit and agree what do we need to do if we are to tackle this problem, I think is quite encouraging. We are looking forward to following up and supporting what the different sectors have agreed. We're here with the UNICEF, our colleagues, so from the UN side, we are going to see how well we can support and come back after a short period to look at progress. The country is facing a major risk in terms of
South Sudan and Israel renew agriculture project as the Minister of Agriculture met in his office with Israeli Ambassador Gershon Keder on Tuesday. The ministry's Under Secretary Matthew Gordon Udo says the meeting discussed capacity building for youth in agriculture to provide them knowledge, skills, resources, and the support they need to thrive in the agricultural sector. Ambassador Keder expresses Israel's dedication to cooperate with South Sudan on areas of agriculture and vocational training.
On the students going to Israel, 10 students is a pilot project. They were supposed to go last year, but it got delayed, so it would start this academic year. And that's it, it's a pilot project. So if it is successful, and hopefully it will, we'll be able to bring more and more students in the years after that. The program is based on studying and learning, and specifically learning from Israeli experience from farmers, not just from academics, but from farmers to have hand-on experience, and they'll be able to adapt and use that experience back here as farmers in Israel, or themselves farming, or working in extension services with other farmers. Regarding the conference, we will be happy to participate. Of course, we want to bring a relevant expert according to the priority areas of the ministry. And also regarding the visit of the ministry, we look forward to receiving a notification from the ministry when the Honourable Minister would like to visit Israel, and then we will work on a program which will be specifically focused on the areas that are of priorities for South Sudan as you promote, as you said, the movement of agricultural subsistence to industrialized agriculture. This is what we did in Israel, and we don't have any small farms. Pretty much all our farms are big, industrialized and mechanized, and we'd like to share that experience and help you as you make this transition.
Let's go for another short break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. You are still watching SSBC News at 8. Moving on, South Sudan and Israel on Tuesday expressed their commitments to strengthen bilateral cooperation in the field of agriculture and health. This follows a meeting between the Minister of Higher Education and Instruction, Madut Biar, and the Israeli Ambassador Gershon Kedar in Juba, where they also agreed to strengthen bilateral cooperation and supporting students' technological field. Ambassador Gershon Kedar highlights areas that his country is intending to support in South Sudan.
Israel has been actually supporting the people of South Sudan, especially in the field of education, field of agriculture, field of health. And these are the issues that we actually discuss today. And we agreed that we will continue in these areas to support the students and the people of South Sudan in the field of agriculture. And also there are Israeli organizations that also came to support the people of South Sudan, Galilee Institute also, which has already signed an MOU with the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology.
We are trying as much as we can to help with capacity building in South Sudan. I spoke to the Minister specifically about what we have been doing in the last year regarding space sciences. Not space sciences to be an astronaut, but space sciences to utilize, even exploit space for development, economic and social development in the country, whether it is helping regarding droughts, disease, fires, wildfires, agriculture. And we have been working together with your academic experts and also relevant senior officials over the last year about many of the issues of space for development, and we would like.
The Minister of Culture, Museums and National Heritage, Dr. Nadia Arab Dudi, met with Volo traditional leaders of Western Equatoria State. The meeting discussed developing Volo culture to promote their folklore. Speaking on behalf of the traditional leaders, Chief Gabriel Zambi thanked the Minister for the warm welcome, noting that the meeting aimed to introduce Volo culture through the Ministry of Culture, emphasized the community's readiness to participate in cultural festivals and celebrations.
كيف نقدر نحافظ على الثقافات بتاعنا في المنطقة ولا في الجنوب كله، وكيف نحن الحكومة يقدر يساعد في المجالات ده كله. أولا حاجة بالنسبة لنا نحن كحكومة نحن عملنا السياسة العامة لكيف نقدر إنه to develop our culture and heritage in the country. فده السياسة ده تنفيذ بتاعه بنفذه الستيك هولدرز، هم الشعب بتاعنا المعنيين في كل القبائل بتاعنا في جنوب السودان، لأنه الكالتشر ده بيتكلم عن القبائل. فده مهم شديد إنه سلاطين لما نكونوا مهتمين بكيف إنه نقدر نحافظ على ثقافاتنا ونقدر نحافظ على الهيريتج بتاعنا، مهم شديد لأنه وجود بتاعهم في الوسط بيقدر يدينا يرجعنا للثقافات بتاعنا الأصلية. نحن حصل فيه لخبطة كتير وحصل فيه دخول كتير لثقافات.
مبسوطين جدا، واستماع بتاعنا استماع ناجح. نانا كسلاطين بتاع كاونتي مامبولو. أنا اسمي جابرييل أمريكا، ودما هيكون آخر زيارة. نتمنى من ربنا يدونا عافية ويدونا سلام في جسمنا، ومرة تاني برضو هنيجيو زيارة وربنا هيقويه في منصب عليه هي قاعدة فوق موجودة عشان يقدر يقدم الشعب الجنوب.
The National Minister of Youth and Sports, Dr. Joseph Geng Akech, and Norwegian Ambassador Roa Hakdal discussed strengthening youth empowerment programs in the country. The meeting focused on engaging youth in the December 2026 general elections. Dr. Geng Akech stated that the meeting centered on areas of cooperation in peace building and involving youth in the electoral process and ensuring their voices are heard.
Touched on collaboration between the Ministry of Youth and Sports
but also we touched on my role as a member of RGMIC and high-level committee, and discussing how we see young people participating in peace building and ensuring that we have elections in which the young people who constitute the majority participate in a peaceful manner. And in the meantime, what do we need to do to engage young people? We talked about the fact that the ministry is actively working in the area of sports, because we know this is a key platform for building peace and unity.
We discussed the current situation in the country for the youth. They are our future generation. From Norway's side, we emphasized the importance of continued dialogue and, of course, to refrain from...
The Minister of Defense and Veterans Affairs, General Cholthon Balok, accompanied by the Acting Assistant Chief of Defense Forces, who is also the Director General for Procurement at the Defense Ministries, General Garang Ayi, inspected 60 trucks loaded with assorted food commodities from the office of the President and delivered by Golda Limited Company. Speaking after inspecting the consignment, General Garang Ayi says the items will be distributed to all SSPDF divisions, independent brigades, as well as to the general headquarters.
New consignment كتبرع من مكتب الرئيس امتدادا للكميات الجو قبل كده. استقبلنا عدد كافي من العربات، متوقعين وصول كميات كبيرة من الذرة ومواد غذائية الأخرى. التبرع ده لكل الديفيجنز، هي كونتراكت من مكتب الرئيس مع شركة جالدا للجيش، ونطمن قواتنا انه الاكل ان شاء الله يمشي مخازن بتاع الجيش وما يمشي السوق، ونشدد الرقابة. يعني يزول نلقاو شال كمية وما مشى الديفيجن بتاعهم، لأننا بنشدد وبنلاحق يزول الدار يعمل نشاط الحدام أو داير يقرب.
وانا لسه ما زلنا مستمرين في تنفيذ بتاع الكونتراكت. يمكن دي المره الرابعه حتى حاليا نجيب الفود ايتمز، واحنا لسه مستمرين. جبنا حتى حاليا جزء من ال 350، احنا المفروض نجيب 350 عربيه، والوسط حتى حاليا جزء كبير جدا، ولسه مترقبين جزء اكبر بعد ال 300.
It's time for another short break. Please stay with us because we have more stories still ahead. Welcome back. You are still watching SSBC News this night. Moving on, the Parliamentary Committee on Finance and Planning summoned the Commissioner General of the South Sudan National Revenue Authority to clarify the matters related to the contract between the Revenue Authority and Crawford Company. The committee's chairperson, Michael Ayuen Johnson, says the Commissioner General presented copies of the contract agreement and explained in detail, highlighting its importance in tax and revenue collection. Speaking after briefing the committee, Commissioner General Simon Akwei Deng says that the authority is seeking to issue a decision to generalize taxpayer registration and ensure that its data is updated in the system for holders of registration certificates, certificates of incorporated companies which are issued by the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, and certificates of non-governmental organizations and community volunteer organizations.
He was able to present to the committee improvements in tax collection as a result of the system that is installed by Crawford, and how it is actually helping the Revenue Authority to collect taxes and be able to contribute to the resource envelope. And the system that is installed is actually a brilliant idea. The mode of payment is not very huge on the government, because it is the company is paid in form of percentages out of the tax collected. So over the time, Crawford is expected to be able to train officers of the Revenue Authority so that by the time payment is cleared, or the dues are cleared, the system will remain with the Revenue Authority, and that is the system that the government shall be using to implement tax collection.
We issued a circular trying to do registration of taxpayers. The aim of registration was to make sure that our database is actually updated. The first certificate is the registration certificate. Second company that we are going to register are the incorporated companies. So incorporation certificate and registration certificate are issued by the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. The third certificate that we are going to register are the existing NGOs and CBOs that are registered under the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, under the SRRC, which is South Sudan, Relief.
Governor Rabi Mujung has inaugurated a new expanded program on immunization state-of-the-art vaccine store. The system includes maintaining a reliable cold chain, proper storage practices, and efficient logistics to deliver vaccines to immunization sites. Speaking at the ceremony, Governor Mujung expressed deep appreciation to the German government for supporting the construction of this vital health facility, describing the inauguration as a significant milestone in strengthening the state's health sector.
Vaccines store building, I believe it is a landmark achievement by all the stakeholders in strengthening not only the immunization systems, but I believe it will also reinforce the commitment to safeguarding public health through effective vaccination management and sustainability. And this is going to be the responsibility of the State Ministry of Health and also the Central Equatoria government.
The Central Equatoria State Vaccine Store will enable us for a reliable routine immunization, emergency response in combating local gaps and addressing specific challenges. For example, the logistic barriers sometimes. Not only that, Your Excellency, at the same time, it will enhance also investment in training of health workers. I hope with this vaccine store, we will manage to overcome most of the outbreaks, and we will conduct our routine immunization in a proper manner.
As we have already seen, this is one such infrastructure that is being constructed across the country in order to improve health. This facility that you are seeing here today addresses critical challenges in vaccine storage and cold chain management, ensuring life-saving vaccines reach every child in Central Equatorial State and beyond, which is helping South Sudan achieve universal health coverage and also helping South Sudan move towards sustainable development goals, particularly Sustainable Development Goal number 3, which is ensuring healthy lives for all. As WHO, we remain committed to supporting South Sudan in achieving equitable vaccine access, especially for the vulnerable populations.
The government supported the stall, which we estimate will be 80,000 children will benefit from this program under 1 year of age. At least 100,000 pregnant women also will benefit, and 400,000 women of reproductive age group across the 6 counties of Central Equatoria. The building is solarized and fully equipped with 10 solar fridges, office spaces, meeting rooms, furnished with office furniture. So this is an ultra-modern building. And at this point, I want to say that UNICEF will remain ever committed to support the projects in South Sudan, to support the women of South Sudan, to support the children of South Sudan, men, families, and everybody.
And finally, let's turn our attention to charitable services. The Ask Foundation, a humanitarian organization, has provided medical personnel at Kera Military Hospital, Al-Sabah Hospital, and IDPs in Yin Anyar, Luri Payam, with both food and non-food items, including goats, as part of the 14th Independence Day anniversary celebrations. According to the organization's founder, Adud Salva Kiir, the donation is a gesture of appreciation for the dedication and hard work of doctors and nurses across the country. SSBC's Ayuel Ring Arop reports.
As part of the Independence Day celebration, the Ask Foundation is leading effort to bring the spirit of unity and care to communities across South Sudan. The foundation donated a range of food and non-food items, including goat to doctors and nurses at Kera Military Hospital and Al-Sabah Hospital. Speaking to the media, the executive director of the Ask Foundation, Deng Arop Mawien, reaffirmed the foundation's commitment to supporting vulnerable communities during this significant national occasion. In addition, the foundation extended its support to internally displaced persons and returnees currently residing in Yinanyar area of Luri County, providing them with the much-needed essential supplies. The visit also marked the commissioning of newly drilling borehole, a project implemented by the Ask Foundation to ensure access to clean and safe drinking water for residents.
As Foundation, we've been going around the country. We're supporting our people with boreholes, clean drinking water. Today is another day that we have been working across the country. Because our people deserve access to clean drinking water, our foundation has been doing it already. So we appreciate the people of Jinanyar. This today is a short visit, but next time we'll definitely be coming this place as foundation under the leadership of Adud Kiir. So we will come. I will assess other situation, but we cannot promise anything. But we will promise that we will be here. Happy July 9 tomorrow. We hope that you enjoy tomorrow your goods and the food that we donate. Happy July 9.
A community leader, Magai Achera, commended the foundation for its continued effort in supporting local communities and fostering peace and social cohesion.
Adu da maizi achane yishub nazeda achane yishub nas kala inu da rubuna ya gadan mom wa yamul ajata ni ma yamul bitanyina nyar yamul IDP ratanis aljayin fi Sudan wa junubin antabani fi melad alrawun junubin الناس الجايين في نينانيا ده 64 قبيلة بتاع جنوب السودان كان IDP الكان جايين في ميلاد البرابراو وسوبر بتومن في معنا هني فإنه شكر ده إنه قبيل قال كلمة بسيط قال إنه أنا ما يوم بتاع ونوز أنا نتكلم معكم إنه بجي بشوفنا في يوم الثاني فما في أي حاجة أكتر من كده من زول جاي شوبك فإنه البترنا كان في نينانيا ده كلام موية ده استقبل الأولى هو بدأ إنه جاب لنا موية.
A representative of the women group, Veronica Achan, expressed her gratitude to the Ask Foundation for empowering vulnerable families through community-driven program.
يا دود أنا بنقول لك شكرا خالص شكرا بالزيارة بتاعك جبتوا وجبت لنا والناس المنظمة بتاعك ده جاب لنا موية أنا بنشكرك خالص. المشكلة البسيطة اللي أنا دار أضيف لكم فوقه أمشي بركة بتاعنا ده وصلوا قدام ناس شعب بتاع جنوب السودان الفي نينانيار هنا والفي باقي مخيمات في سنترات تانين ده نفس الحالة أننا قاعدين زي دي ما في حاجات كتير ناقص بالنسبة لنا في ناس ما لقيتوا تعبانين تيجي تجوا خيمات هناك كان شفتوا بكوروا بنو عيون بنو متحد ما في فرش ما في نموسية ما في شنو ومن طلبات أنا قاعد نكتبه ورد بتاع ما قادر يرجع لنا بسرعة أكل ما في ومشكلة ما في كلامك اللي كلامه يا كان هم شيء.
As South Sudan marked its 14th Independence Day, the AS Foundation joined the nation in commemorating this important occasion through a series of humanitarian activities across the country. Reporting for SSBC News, Abyei Arop, Juba.
And that's all we have tonight. Thank you for watching, and we wish you a very happy Independence Day celebrations tomorrow, and have a good night. I am Duku Wilson.